Create an online course on how to make lemonades and sell it on Selar. This lemonade name was sweet self.
This is Uzoma. He is a course creator. He sells ebooks and makes roughly $2,000 monthly from his course sales. Do you know where he hosts his courses, ebooks, and digital products? Selar. He even built sales pages with Selar Page Builder. Now this is Aluna. She's a freelance corporate and she has customers in the UK and USA. She even gets paid at least $1,000 for her services and gets the platform she processes her payment with. Selar. Now this is Kwame. He is an affiliate marketer and actively promotes Aluna's course using the swift and easy to use affiliate marketing feature on Selar. In fact, he just joined the affiliate network where he has access to thousands of courses he can promote. Why aren't you selling on Selar? Everyone is selling on Selar, but you. Sign up on Selar today.
Hey everyone, welcome to this year's edition of the Creator Summit. The theme for this year is taking your message global, and we hope from all the inspiring speakers you get to listen to today and tomorrow, you will get all the motivation and the resources you need to take your message global. My name is Lydia, social media lead here at Selar, and I'll be taking you on the journey for today. So grab a seat, a notepad, and a pen, and let's get started.
Milton Tutu is an accomplished marketing professional with 7 years of experience in African fintech and e-commerce startups. As a CMO of Selar, he has driven the company's growth, reaching over 800,000 users and facilitating $3 million in payments to creators. Milton has worked with various organizations and has been a featured speaker at national and international events. With his expertise as a certified NLP practitioner and results and peak performance consultant, Milton excels in leading teams to achieve exceptional results in the corporate world. Join me as we welcome Milton of Selar.
Hi everyone, hello everyone from all over the world, from Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, USA, Canada, Uganda, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and from all over the world. Welcome to Selar's Digital Creator Summit. Wow. Woo! Please, if you know that you can hear me, give me some fire emoji on the chat box. Okay, give me some fire emoji on the chat box. Guys, I am so excited. If you're excited about the Creator Summit, please give me some fire emoji on the chat box, okay? Give me some fire emoji on the chat box. Like my colleague Treasure said, my name is Milton Tutu. I am the CMO at Selar, and I'll be giving you the welcome speech and the opening of the Digital Creator Summit. Yay! I'm so excited. Hello all, my name is Milton Tutu, the Chief Marketing Officer at Selar, and I would love to welcome each and every one of you to the Creator Summit 2023. Welcome here, everyone. Welcome, Matthias, Promise. Welcome here, Balogun. Welcome, everyone. I welcome you guys to the Creator Summit. To over 20,000 people signed up for Selar's Digital Creator Summit 2023. You're welcome here. So over the years, Selar has grown to become a brand that is passionate about creators' education. And this is one of the major reasons why we're hosting the Digital Creator Summit, so that we can show you how to win in the creator economy. And I know most of you might be asking, what is Selar about? Okay, Selar is an e-commerce platform for digital creators in Africa, and over 100,000 creators across Africa use us to sell their digital products. 100,000 creators, guys, that is massive. And we have clients and users from all over the world. Currently, we are in 14 countries. We are in over 14 African countries. So the first edition of the Creator Summit was last year in 2022, and we had over 10,000 registered attendees and speakers like Peace Itimi, Salem King, Ankona Kwao, the founder of Teachable, Blessing Abeng, Eva Alodier, and a wide range of speakers that showed up at the summit last year, right? And this year we plan to take it bigger. This year we decided to go bigger, and we don't just have over 20,000 people across Africa and across the world registered for this summit. We also have speakers like Emma Yabaga. Guys, we have Emma Yabaga as a speaker at our summit this year. Guys, give me the fire emoji on the chat box below, because I can't be the only one excited about this. We also have speakers like Josh Tufoni, Tosin Olashinde, Steve Harris, Naomi Osemedua, Elo Zonam. Just a wide range of experts from different fields that wants to show you how to take your message global. The theme for this year is to take your creator message global. And we were very intentional with picking the theme for the Creator Summit this year, because, we chose this theme, taking your creator message global, because the creator economy is not just limited to your geographical zone. You are the light of the world. You are the salt of the earth. Being a creator, it's not just limited to Nigeria or Port Harcourt or Lagos or Ibadan or Kenya, Mombasa, Kigali, Rwanda. No, it's actually you going global with your creator message, right? And as a creator, you can be in Nigeria, Kenya, or even Ghana, and your content is being consumed by people all over the world. We can see examples of people like Rema with his Calm Down Jam, right? And people all over the world are literally consuming his content right now. Even Burna Boy, Davido, Wizkid, Tayo Aino, Salem King, and just a wide Trisha B's Niger Brand Chick, Party the Strategy, just a wide range of creators that they've taken their message global. And right now, we want to show you signed up, you watching this right now, we want to show you how to take your own creator message to the global audience. For instance, creators like Josh Tufoni has mastered the art of making his content go viral. We all know the Don't Leave Me challenge, right? And the different things that he has done with his content. He has mastered the art and act of making his content go viral to the global audience. And this is one of the things that he'll be showing you at this Creator Summit. We also have Emma. Emma Yabaga has been in the music and rap game for a very long time. I remember when I was just a very young kid, 11, 12, 10 years old, jamming to Emma Yabaga, 15 years old, having a rap dream. And now Emma Yabaga is actually coming to show us how he has been here for a long time, and how, he has brought other acts like Black Bones or CK and, grown the Chocolate City label. Literally, guys, we have experts here that want to show you how to take your creator message global. And guys, creators, as a creator, you have the mantle to take your creator message to the global audience. You have the mantle, you have the calling to take your creator message to the global audience and dominate the creator economy. You have the mantle and calling to take your creator message to the global audience and dominate the creator economy. Africa is a hub of content. Africa is a hub of content. We have so many amazing content creators in Africa that are not yet known. We have you watching this right now, and you might not be as big as MI or Tayo Aina or Josh Sufoni or Elozonam or Tosin Olashinde, right? You might not be even be as big as Steve Harris or Naomi Osemedua, but you have that dream in you to go big with your creator message. We have a lot of untold stories in Africa. We have so many stories to tell in Africa, and hopefully through this creator summits, you will find your voice and start telling your own story, right? Hopefully through this creator summit, you find your voice and start telling your own story. You find your voice and start creating your content. You find your voice and start creating content that can be consumed globally. Start creating content that people around the world can start, listening to, vibing to, or even start creating digital products that you can sell to clients all over the world. Hopefully through this creator summit, creators, you're going to take your message to the global audience, right? And you might be asking, what will I be expecting from the creator summit? Oh, of course, obviously, expect a whole lot of things from the Creator Summit, okay? Expect a whole lot from this summit. However, this is a 2-day summit, and we have different sessions, right? We have morning sessions, afternoon sessions, and evening sessions as well. And we have, speakers that will be taking us on each of these sessions. Each session will last for a maximum of 2 to 3 hours, and we urge you to stay tuned and be ready to learn immensely from our different speakers, right? And we have keynote sessions and panel sessions, breakout sessions. So make sure that you tune in for each session. Like literally, all the speakers are ready to deliver excellently. Like all the speakers are ready to deliver excellently. This evening, we have a panel session that we are going to talk about, the creator economy, right? And we have amazing speakers. We also have we have speakers that are ready to show you how to take your message global, guys. So please, I urge you to tune into each and every session so that you won't miss anything at all. And also, I need you guys to do something for me, okay? Let the whole world know what's happening at the summit, right? Let the whole world know what's happening at the summit. So you can do this by 2 things. One, okay, take a screenshot of any session happening, post it on your Instagram or Twitter, tag Selar and tag whoever is speaking, and use the hashtag Selar Creator Summit 23. Okay, go to Twitter and tweet with the hashtag Selar Creator Summit 23. Okay, let's let the whole world know what's happening. So if there is any speaker that is speaking right now that is saying something very inspiring and you're ginger, just take a screenshot, go to your Instagram story, post it, tag Selar, tag the speaker, and use the hashtag Selar Creator Summit 23 so that the whole world will know what is happening here. Guys, let's take this summit to the global audience. Okay, like I said earlier on, as a creator, you have the mantle and calling to take your message to the global audience and also to dominate the creator economy. You have that calling. Africa is a hub of content. We have so many amazing content creators in Africa, a lot of them, and even you watching this right now. We have a whole lot of untold stories in Africa, a whole lot of untold stories, a whole lot of untold content in Africa, a whole lot of untold things that we need the world to see in Africa. And hopefully through this Creator Summit, you'll find your voice and start telling your story. You're welcome to Selar Digital Creator Summit 2023. Thank you so much for being here. And don't forget to tell the whole world about what's happening here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You are welcome. You are welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I can see the comments in the comment box. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I can see the comments. Amazing. We have a whole lot of amazing people here. I can see you, Roots Inspire. Amazing. I can see you, Treasure. I can see you, Patrick. Amazing, amazing. And also, please also let me know where you're watching this from. Just put your country on the chat box below. Okay, put your country, rep your country with your flag on the chat box below. Awesome. I can see the Avengers here, Divine. Amazing. I can see you, Grace. Well done, well done, well done. Watching from Abuja, Nigeria. Amaka. Amazing. Amazing. Put your country on the chat box below. Let's rep our country and where we are seeing this from right now. Amazing. John, amazing, amazing. You're inspired, phenomenal. Watching from Spain, all the way from Spain. Amazing, amazing. Blessing watching from Nigeria. Awesome, 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 awesome. Abidemi watching from Lagos, Nigeria. David watching this from Lagos, Nigeria right now. Amazing, 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 amazing. Awesome, phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. Watching from Libya, we have someone all the way from Libya. We have Matthias from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Amazing. Awesome. We have someone from Asaba. Patrick from Asaba. Whoa, Patrick, welcome here. We have Teresa from Ekiti, Nigeria. Ekiti, Nigeria. Amazing, amazing, amazing. From Kogi. Amazing. From Aja, Lagos. I was at Aja that year when I was in Lagos. Amazing. Watching from Onitsha, Nigeria. Yes, this is huge. Watching from Kigali, Rwanda, the land of 1,000 hills. Rizima, you're welcome here. You're welcome here. Watching from Delta States, Nigeria. I mean, we have people from Ruth is watching from Canada. Okay, I see you. I see you. We have amazing people here. Aya from Akure, phenomenal. Phenomenal. And guys, I'll be leaving you in a bit. And I just want to, after this, we have Steve Harris coming up. After Steve Harris, we have Naomi. We have someone from Ghana. Amazing. After Steve Harris, we have Naomi Osemedua coming up. Okay. And guys, I just want to leave you to this. Just like I said earlier on, right? As I leave you right now, I leave you with this. And please, after this summit, this should just be ringing in your head. As a creator, you have the mantle and calling to take your creator message global and dominate the creator economy. Africa is a hub of content. We have so many amazing content creators in Africa. We have untold stories in Africa. And hopefully, through this creator summit, hopefully through everything that's happening here right now, you find your voice and start telling your creator story. You're welcome to Selar's Digital Creator Summit 2023. Thank you so much, guys. And bye. Have an amazing time. Thank you.
The first thing on our agenda is a keynote speech from Steve Harris on the topic mastering the business of your talent and taking it to the global stage. So let me introduce you to our speaker. Steve Harris, aka Mr. Ruthless Execution, is a trusted authority in life and business strategy. He's a sought-after management consultant, business accelerator, author, and CEO of EdgeEcution. He's one of Africa's leading business coaches with a top-rated podcast, The Ugly Truth About Business, that has been downloaded over 600,000 times, courses that have been taken by 5,000 people, and an email list with 31,000 subscribers. With 16 years of experience, Steve has facilitated management retreats and strategy sessions from prestigious organizations like Oracle, Polo, GT Bank, and more. He's renowned for his turnaround expertise. Steve is a top 100 business coach and has been featured in Forbes Africa. He's a certified member of ICF, LCAN, AASBC, and ICCA. I am so excited to introduce you to our first keynote speaker of the summit, Steve Harris. The first thing on our agenda is a keynote speech from Steve.
To Selar Creator Week, and my name is Steve Harris, and as you can tell, I couldn't be with you live in person because by the time you're watching this, it's about 3 in the morning, and I'm fast asleep, and I can't get up because time zones will just mess up the rest of my day. So please forgive me for not being with you live. I hope this recording will suffice. Now, I'm supposed to be talking about the subject, mastering the business of your talents and taking it global. Now, as you can tell, that's easier said than done, particularly when you consider what's going on in Nigeria and in other parts of the world. But I'm going to stick with Nigeria for a little bit, right? We've gone through an election that perhaps didn't go so well, or it went as well as could be desired or expected, depending on what side of the divide you're on. We've gotten over 400% increase in fuel, in food and transportation, gasoline, the whole 9 yards. And it sounds great to be able to tell someone now that this is the greatest time to be able to take their gifting global. Like I said, easier said than done. But since living in the US, I've enjoyed going to the beach and watching people surf, right? And surfing, as you know, basically it's just some guys in the water and they're on a paddle board and they're riding on the waves. Now, many black folk don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Black folk don't want to be in submarines too soon, in submarines, jumping out of planes, in water and stuff like that. But I've noticed that the surfer always covers more significant distance because he can ride on what others are paddling in. The surfer is able to rely on the momentum of the waves to carry him a lot further than he would get by if he was paddling by himself, right? So the surfer leverages the momentum and the strengths of the waves to lift him high and send him far, as opposed to someone who's trying to cover the same distance by swimming. And I say this to say that what's going on, particularly in Nigeria, and also this might be the same other parts of the world, particularly in Africa, is that this is the best time to leverage crisis in a way that causes you to move further. All right? And allow me to explain. You want to be able to take your message to a global stage, but perhaps you're limited by time, space, and distance. You probably are limited with resources to jackpot or relocate, as the case may be, reposition yourself, as the case may be. But even though you might not be physically outside the country, your knowledge can go to places that your body hasn't gone yet. I like to say that if Nigerians can buy from Europeans and Americans, then Europeans and Americans can buy from Nigerians. Can I say that again? If Nigerians can buy contents from American thought leaders like Tony Robbins and co, or European thought leaders or British thought leaders, then Americans can buy from Nigerian or African thought leaders. But the question is, are you properly positioned? Are you in a place that they can find you? All right. And I'm going to limit my thought today to just two simple things that are actionable and practical that I believe that you can do, because I'm all about ruthless execution and getting things done. Okay. So when you read this particular scripture in Matthew 5 that many of you perhaps are familiar with, and forgive me if you're not a person of faith or you're not a person of the Christian faith, but allow me to use this example as a case study. So it says in the scriptures that no man lights a candle and places it under a bushel or a basket or a bucket. Rather, he takes the candle and he puts it on a table so that there will be lights in the house. All right, no man lights a candle and puts it under a bucket. Rather, he puts it on a table so that there will be lights in the house. The second scripture, which is a continuation of that same one, says, now let your light shine that men may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. Now you're probably wondering, why the heck is Steve going on and on about Bible talk? I'm so glad you asked. The first scripture talking about no man lights a candle and puts it under a bucket. Rather, he puts it on a table so that there will be lights in the house. That's not just a scripture talking about lights and candles and buckets. If you dig really deeper, the scripture is suggesting that if you have light and it is not positioned properly, it is the same as experiencing darkness. Can I say that again? If you have light, because the scripture says no man lights a candle, so there's a candle and the candle is illuminated, but because it's positioned under a bucket and not positioned on the table, that person carrying that light will experience darkness in his room. So many of us who are brands and thought leaders and creators and all those wonderful things, we're putting out our light and we're wondering why no one is liking. No, it's not the absence of light, it's the absence of proper positioning. Could it be possible that you're positioned wrongly, my friend? Give you an example. I've lived in Nigeria for, well, most of my life, and this is something that I believe every Nigerian or every African should be very familiar with. So think about it this way. If you've ever bought a bottle of water in traffic, or Coca-Cola or soda, if you've ever bought it in traffic, let's say a bottle of water is, I don't know, 100 naira. You buy the bottle of water in traffic and it's about $100. Then you buy that same bottle of water, you go to Eco Hotel or Radisson or Intercontinental or any of the 4 Points, any of these nice fancy hotels. That same bottle of water will retail for about 1,000 naira or 1,500 naira. So the question is, guys, did the bottle of water change? Did the branding change? Did the taste change? Did the packaging change? Did the color change? None of those things changed. What changed? Very simple. Its position. Because it recognized that if you're selling a bottle of water in traffic, all you're trying to solve is a thirst problem. So if I don't buy that bottle of water from the first retailer or vendor, I don't lose anything, because I know that I'm going to meet another guy and another guy and another guy all the way till I get to my house. I will definitely find somebody selling water in traffic. So I don't lose anything, right? And the most I can get for that bottle of water in traffic is $100, because it's a commodity. It's all over the place. So I don't lose anything. And because it's positioned in traffic, all I want is to solve a thirst problem. So I would get that bottle of water for $100. But the moment I take that bottle of water and I put it in Radisson Hotel, all of a sudden that same bottle increases in value. Nothing changes except its position. Now I need you to recognize this, guys. Please write this down. Your positioning determines your perception, and your perception determines your pricing. Oh, you don't hear me what I'm saying, so I'm going to say it again, because I know you're thinking, aspire to perspire, they've come. Yes, I've come. Here you go. All right, you're welcome. Your positioning determines your perception, and your perception determines your pricing. Right? So if you're a little bougie, right, and you were thirsty, and I bought a bottle of water in traffic and I gave it to you, you might be like, no, I don't drink water in traffic. I mean, you don't know where they got the water from. You don't know where they got the water from. Maybe they got it from a tap. Maybe it's not NAFTA accredited. Maybe it's some guy that just did whatever to the water. I don't know. I don't want to drink that water. It's affected your perception. But the moment I say, okay, let's just get to the hotel. And I get to the hotel and I buy you a bottle of water, you will take it, no questions asked. Why? Because the perception of the water has changed based on where it is positioned. Do you get me what I'm saying? So this is the time, guys, that your thoughts, your contents, your courses, your coaching, whatever it is the hell you do, can transcend the boundaries of Nigeria, where you might be perceived wrongly, where it may pass the boundaries of Africa, where we are perceived in a certain way. And because you position yourself differently, all of a sudden, guess what? Your pricing changes. Now, don't forget, I gave you two parts of that scripture. So the first part was, no man lights a candle and puts it under a table, under a bucket or a bushel. Rather, he puts it on a table so that there will be lights in the house. And so we've discovered that that's a positioning problem. Now, what about the second scripture, Steve? Glad you asked. Here we go. Again, it said, let your light shine, that men may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. Now, once again, it talks about light. It talks about shining. But because men are not seeing, we've got a darkness problem. Let your light shine, that men may see. That men may see, and give glory to your Father in heaven. So the problem with many of us is that you've got light, but men are not seeing. You, my friend, don't just have a positioning problem. You've got a promotion problem. You get it? You're not promoting yourself. Can you please write this down? Shamelessly promote yourself. Oh my goodness. I wish I could say this all over again. Shamelessly promote yourself. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's your religious beliefs or whatever, particularly if you're a Christian. Unfortunately, I can't speak for Islam because I don't know, but I'll speak for Christianity because that's what I'm more acquainted with. We quote scriptures like, humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, and God will exalt you in due time. So we have a problem with saying how amazing we are. We have a problem with, just like Jesus, saying that, man, bring down this temple in 3 friggin' days, I'll build it up again, right? And people will be like, listen, you're not even 50 years old. How can you say that you're there before Abraham? Abraham says, before Abraham, I am. There's a level of confidence that you must have. I have a reputation. A lot of people say that, oh, Steve Harris is cocky, Steve Harris is arrogant, Steve Harris is vain. Well, you know what I always say, is it's not vanity if it's true, is it, right? But a lot of people say that I'm cocky and I'm arrogant, and it took some time to really think about it and ask the honest question. Yo, bro, are you cocky and arrogant as people say you are? And I say, I don't believe. I think I'm incredibly humble. And I recognize that a lot of you who are watching suffer from a malady, suffer from a disease that I call humility. Bad English, it doesn't exist, right? I made it up. But we suffer from something called humility, or I'd like to call it false humility. False humility. So somebody can say to you, yo, Steve, that was a great presentation. And we say things like, now God is helping us, we give glory to God. You taught me everything I know, yada, yada, yada. So we dumb our success down. We dumb ourselves down. Humility, write this down. Humility is making yourself small so that others feel big. Can I say that again? Humility is making yourself small so that others feel big. So you don't want to ruffle no feathers. So you compress yourself. Humility, real humility, is recognizing that you're big and you're not trying to make anyone feel small. You know what I'm saying? Recognizing that you're big. You're a big frigging deal. But you're not trying to make anyone feel small. Right? So you ask me, Steve, that was an amazing presentation. I'm going to be like, I know. Oh, yes, I friggin' know. I prepared for it. I prayed about it. I put in the work. I hustled hard. I had grace, did it all. Right? I knew it was going to be friggin' amazing because I promised it. This accolade and greatness didn't catch me by surprise. I expected to be here. That's humility. All right, Steve, yeah. What about arrogance? Glad you asked. Arrogance is recognizing that you're big, but you're going out of your way to make other people feel small. Capiche? Arrogance is recognizing that you're a big deal, but now you're going out of your way to make other people feel small. You're rubbing it in their face that they ain't good, they ain't worth it. That's arrogance. Are you stuck with humility? Are you truly humble? Or are you arrogant? So when Ronaldo says, I don't chase records, records chase me, he's not joking, fam. He's not saying, Baba God does, Baba God that. Of course it is God that did it. And God gets excited because Ronaldo, Messi, whoever your favorite is displaying himself at the optimum of his creation. I've said a few words. I've said, you got a positioning problem. You've got a perception problem. You've got a promotion problem. And it's affecting your pricing. Listen, remember what I said to you at the beginning. If Nigerians can buy content from American creators, then Americans can buy content from African creators. But are you positioning yourself? I'll give you a real example so it's not just talk. So I moved to the US about 18 months ago. So it's my 18th month here. And I'm not gonna lie, fam, I'm not gonna lie. It's been tough. It's harder than you think. You know, being a tourist is way different from living here. Totally different kettle of fish. And I remember I posted this on my Instagram a few days ago. I remember talking to God before I left Nigeria, and I was like, yo, Lord, if you know, I don't want to leave Nigeria because I'm a pretty big deal. You know, I'm a pretty big deal. I'm successful. I'm doing very well. I feel like in Nigeria, I'm a big fish in a small pond. And if I move to the US, I'm going to be a small fish in a big pond. I'm going to disappear, right? In Nigeria, I'm a big fish in a small pond. In the US, I feel like I'm going to be a small fish in a big friggin' pond. And while I was saying it to God, I kid you not, I felt God say to me, who said you're the fish? I'm like, what? Who said you're the fish? And he said to me, you are the water. Oh my goodness. Can you just hold that thought in your mind? That you are the water. You do not change. You are the environment. You will reflect who you are. Water in London is what is water in Nigeria. It's water. You will reflect who you are. You will not be consumed by the elements in the water because you are the water. And that was a totally different paradigm shift. Okay, so now I'm the water. How does that affect what I'm doing? Give you an example, real talk. So I use a platform, you know, here in the US. I'm not going to mention it. Conflicts of interest. Selar, my guys, I'm not going to mention. But there's this platform I also use to reach out to the foreign audience, as the case may be. And I just felt led, man. Because I had attended their conference in 2015, 16. And it dawned on me while I was at the conference that there was no black person on stage, right? And even when they were just, you know, cameos, you know what I'm saying? They just had cameos. So I took a picture and I promised that I was going to be the first black, and if I couldn't be the first black speaker, I'll be the first African speaker or the first Nigerian speaker. I took a picture, put it on my vision board, did the rest. And long story short, sometime late last year, I had this nudge in my spirit that I needed to reach out to this platform and say, hey, you know, if you guys are looking for a speaker, I'd be glad to speak. Now, I'm not going to pretend I was intimidated as hell. I was looking at the lineup, perhaps the way some of you are watching the lineup of this Selar Creator Summit. You see Emma, you see Steve Harris, heavy hitters, you know what I'm saying? You see some of all the other amazing people speaking. Some of you need to be speaking at this platform. And it's not about what's in your Selar account. It's not about how many sales you've made. It's about your audacity. It's about your positioning. It's about how you want to be perceived. Some of you need to write to Milton, to Douglas, and like, yo, I should be headlining on Selar. I will do a fantastic job. And you know what? That's exactly what I did. I wrote them an email and I said, hey, I think, you know, if you're looking for a speaker, I'd be very glad to have, you know, to be on the platform. And they were like, okay, Steve, that's fantastic. We're actually just compiling the list of, you know, speakers for our conference. Let's jump on a call. And that's how we jump on call. Got a Zoom conversation going. And by the time by the time I dropped a few bars, you know how we do, guys. I'm the friggin' water. By the time I dropped a few bars, they were like, this is the guy. Sorry, Emma. I know Emma is the guy, but Steve Harris is the guy. This guy's the guy. Alhamdulillah. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh my God, Steve, we need to have you on board. Long story short, they flew me to Austin, Texas. I live in Dallas. So it's about 3 hours drive, about 40 minutes by air. They flew me in, put me in a nice hotel, took care of all my stuff, took care of the guests. And I came and I spoke, and I kid you not, man. I was sitting in the hall listening to all the other speakers, and they were great. They were pretty okay. But I'm like, nah, man, I'm the guy. I'm the guy. You know what I'm saying? I am the guy. Just, these guys ain't got nothing on me. Do you get what I'm saying? These guys ain't got nothing on me. And I went, you know, I went backstage and and you know, they're all telling me, oh, Steve, don't worry, you're gonna be okay. And we know it's your first time. I'm like, first time? Nigga, please. They're like, Steve, you're gonna be okay. I'm like, I know. They're like, Steve, oh, you're gonna hit a home run. I'm like, I know. And I came out there 25 minutes, and you can watch it on my, you know, Instagram or check my YouTube. And I hit a friggin' home run. By the time I was, listen, I spoke to about 2,300 people. It was mad. By the time I was done, the people back said, oh my God, Steve, you're amazing. What do you think I said? I know. I'm like, this wasn't accidental, fam. I am the greatest. I am the greatest. It took a level of audacity to position myself differently, to be perceived differently. Do you get what I'm saying? And you know what? Now, don't forget that promotion thing. When I did that event, do you know what I did? I went to the media and I started putting press out. Steve Harris, renowned business coach Steve Harris, wows the audience at this event. Go and check it out on my Instagram. It's me that put it. It's me. I'm the one that wrote the article. Hello, do you understand what I'm saying? It's not like I wrote it, sent it to the media people. I paid them, they put it out there. It's affected my perception, which affects my pricing, because yesterday's price is not today's price, fam. I'm global, man. I've headlined one of the biggest marketing conferences in the United States, 2,300 people, to a tech unicorn. I did that. Positioning, perception, perception, promotion, pricing. Some of you need to be headlining next year. I need to be like taking pictures with you next year. You need audacity. You need to position yourself differently. One of the things that I wanted to do when I moved to the US, because I have my history in Africa, and that's powerful, and I don't want to leave that alone. I don't want to throw that behind me. I'm very proudly African. I'm very proudly Nigerian. So I like to think about it that when I move to the US and I see all these other amazing speakers and thought leaders, it's like we're the Avengers, but there's only one friggin' Black Panther. Wakanda forever. Do you get what I'm saying? I have my own friggin' franchise. I'm Black friggin' Panther. So I may not be able to speak to the American experiences, but I can speak to the African experiences in a way that the Americans can never do. I'm friggin' King T'Challa. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not intimidated. And sometimes I am, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not intimidated when I stand with all the other Captain Marvel, Captain America, Incredible Hulk, Tony Stark. I'm friggin' King T'Challa. I'm a king. I'm the Black friggin' Panther. And that is the mindset that I come into these rooms in. And I promote myself. So when I came to the US, I realized that, okay, I wanna be seen a certain way. I want to be seen in a certain way. And I looked at my feed on Instagram. It was, I was just, how it says, we just post content because, we're just happy, clappy, we do it. And it's cool. I'm not an Instagram person like that in terms of, I'm looking at my grid and my pages. I'm not that narcissistic. I know it's great for optics, but that's just not me. I tend to post as the spirit leads, right? But I then recognized that there was a lot. There was if you looked back at the tapestry of my life, it was a jumbled mess of, it wasn't coordinated, it wasn't curated. That's the word I'm looking for. So do you know what I did? I had 3,500 odd posts on Instagram. I told my team, if it doesn't promote me in this light, if I'm not perceived as a family man, so these were the themes that were most important to me. Family. I didn't want too many pictures of my family on the internet, so family was important. My faith is important to me. I want to be able to promote my faith. I want people to know this guy's Christian without necessarily dumbing my faith on you. I don't want to dump on you, but I'm Christian, so the kingdom guy, that's important. Business guy, that's important. And relationship guy, that's important. So I said anything that doesn't promote me or make me perceived in the best light, archive it. From 3,500 posts, I came down to 70 posts. Now I'm about 105. So anything that doesn't, the things that position me and promote me and make me perceived in a certain way are on my page. Everything else goes on my stories. So that when these Oyibo people look at my page, and man, guys, you don't know how blessed you are. I go to these conferences, and I'm not even talking about this one, the one I even did in 2015 or 16. Then I had like 50,000 followers. Some of you here have 100,000 followers, 80,000, 12,000. I'm not going to front. The average Oyibo person who is in this same line of work that you are has 2,000 followers. So when we're exchanging contacts on Instagram, oh, what's your handle? Let me follow you. And then they saw that I had 50,000. They're like, oh my God, you must be a big deal. I was like, what's wrong with this? There's just 50,000 Nigerians that don't have money. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Right? Just 50,000 freaking Nigerians that don't have money. What's the big deal? But to them, they don't care. They were not asking, are these 50,000 Nigerians? They saw an army of 50,000 people. All these Oyibo people is 2,200, 1,002. Then maybe the big boys, the bad boys have millions. Me, I'm still in 150 something thousand. I haven't even broken 200,000 yet. But you get my point. It's not what you don't have that limits you. It's what you have, but you don't know how to use. Can I say that again? It's not what you don't have that limits you. It's what you have, but you don't know how to use. So if you don't promote yourself shamelessly, you will not be perceived correctly. If you don't position yourself properly, that's the first thing. You must position yourself properly. And one of the ways to position yourself is you can also be very clear. Who don't I want to serve? If you don't have a certain amount of money, I ain't gonna front, I ain't gonna lie. You can't work with me. Scratch that. I can't work with you because you might want to work with me. Me, I don't want to work with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I've recognized that I don't want to attract the 90%. I'm sorry, but I've paid my dues. You know what I'm saying? I've done my time. I don't even want to attract the 10%. Do you get what I'm saying? I want to attract the 1% and the 1% of the 1%. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if you, the problem with many of us as creators, we're chasing sheep. Stop chasing sheep, chase the shepherd. If you get the shepherd, the sheep will come together. So what I'm doing is I've positioned myself for the 1%. Let the 1% see me. If the 1% are attracted to me, do you know what's going to happen? The 99% will chase you. But that's for me because I'm positioned in a particular way. I understand the language of the 1%. I can talk to them in their language. They can hear, we have the shared experiences. They may have their experiences at a larger scale because of life and all whatnot, but they can hear that this person is refined. He understands the language. Let me break it down in a way. Let me dumb it down. First class customers don't work with economy class creators. You didn't hear me what I said. Snap, snap. Can I say that again? I'm almost done. First class clients don't do business with economy class creators. So when they see you, they must see their reflection in you. Do you get what I'm saying? God looked at Adam and he was like, this is very good. God saw a reflection of himself and he said, this is very good. Your clients, the 1%, when they look, they must see themselves. I call it the Adam principle. So they must look at you and say, this is good. This is very good. Not like, ugh, yuck, what's this? Do you get it? So first class clients don't do business with economy class customers. So you must position yourself correctly. And sometimes that means I don't want to do business with this kind of people. See, Manchester United is not trying to attract Arsenal fans, even though all of them play football. Liverpool is not trying to attract Chelsea fans. Man City is not trying to attract United fans. Do you get what I'm saying? They know who they don't want to work with. Positioning. And some of you are afraid, if I do that, the market people will chase me, people will just be talking nonsense about me. Guess what? They'll be talking. Position yourself correctly. When you position yourself correctly, you are perceived appropriately. People will come bearing gifts. They will come regarding your status. They will ask for the opportunity to have you. Do you get what I'm saying? They perceive you correctly. Then promote yourself shamelessly. Some of you have done amazing work as content creators, but there's no proof. No proof of what you've done. Let me give you this quick example. 1 Samuel 17. David sees Goliath, and long story short, he gets the opportunity to talk to Saul about giving him a shot to take down Goliath. And Saul asks him, what is the evidence of what you have done? Because David said, I've killed the lion, I've killed the bear. Saul will ask him, oh yeah, you've killed the lion, you've killed the bear. Where's the evidence? Do you have like the bear's tooth? Do you have like the lion's mane? Do you have like the bear's claw? Where is the evidence of the lion and the bear that you've killed? And David, you should have taken a selfie. Is it in the cloud? Do you have a landing page for what you've done? Any evidence? And David probably didn't have it. But Saul was desperate. He gave him a shot. Now here's the interesting thing. When David kills Goliath, do you know the first thing he does? The Bible says when David kills the Goliath, cuts off his head, the Bible says, can't remember verse, the Bible says that David takes the head of Goliath and his weapons and he puts it in his tent. Because the Bible said that when David killed Goliath, the army of Israel ran to the field, to the battlefield, and began chasing the Philistines. That meant that if David had foolishly left the armor and the head of Goliath on the field, he who has the head will get ahead. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. He who has the head will get ahead. So the guy who had the head and the weapons of Goliath would have gotten ahead. Do you get what I'm saying? So David had evidence. The problem is you don't have any head. No head. No head. No evidence of what you've done. And now, you know the interesting thing, which still ties to what I've taught you, and I'm done. 60 seconds and I'm done. The Bible says that when David killed Goliath, took his weapons in his tent, the women came out and began to say, Saul has killed his thousands. David has killed his tens of thousands. What's that? That's PR. Public relations, fam. David, quote unquote, I know he didn't, but you know what I'm saying. But David paid the people that will carry his gist. And as we know, and I'm no shade, ladies, no shade, I come in peace, right? women are more likely to carry gist than men. Men, of course, gossip, but women are PhDs, if you know what I'm saying, right? So the people who could carry David's gist promoted him shamelessly. Saul has killed his thousands. David has killed his tens of thousands. You know what they did? They compared David to Saul. How many people had David killed? One. How many people had Saul killed? Thousands of people. But the giants that David killed was to them more than 10,000 people. So what they did by saying Saul has killed his thousands, David has killed his tens of thousands, they did what you call created a brand category. So they said David's competition is Saul. Do you get what I'm saying? They didn't say David's competition was his brother, David's competition was this soldier or that soldier or this general. By virtue of what he had done, he was perceived differently. Do you get what I'm saying? He had positioned himself as a giant killer. He was now perceived in the ranks of the king. That the kings were now David's competitors. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Saul himself was a giant. But Goliath was 9 feet tall. Saul was like 7 feet tall or 6 foot something, right? So Saul himself was a giant, but David had killed the giants of giants. So because David had been positioned differently, he was perceived differently. People came bearing gifts. Saul has killed his thousands. David has killed tens of thousands. Do you get what I'm saying? And of course, did David get rewarded? Absolutely. 4 points. Number 1, position yourself properly. Number 2, you will be perceived appropriately. Number 3, promote yourself shamelessly. Number 4, yesterday's price is not today's price. Your pricing will change. First class customers don't do business with economy class clients. See, this is what happens when I'm not prepared. Imagine if I woke up and I was talking to you. We would have shut down the place, but this is phenomenal, all right, because I'm the guy. So follow me on Instagram at I am Steve Harris. Drop a comment, share this, tag me, so that when I wake up, I'll see that, I hit a home run, as always. Thank you, Selar, for having me. Thank you, Milton. Thank you, Douglas. Thank you for the crew. Shout out to MI. You're still the guy. You're always my guy. Illegal Music 1, 2, 3. Chairman. MI. You're the guy. And I'm the guy, too. I'm the guy that said that you're the guy. I'm the guy. You know the drill. We're the guy. All right, guys. Peace.
When life gives you lemons, create an online course on how to make lemonade and sell it on Selar. This lemonade even sweet self.
This is Uzoma. He's a course creator. He sells ebooks and makes roughly $2,000 monthly from his course sales. Do you know where he hosts his courses, ebooks, and digital products? Selar. He even built sales pages with Selar Page Builder. Now this is Aluna. She's a freelance corporate and she has customers in the UK and USA. She even gets paid at least $1,000 for her services and gets the platform she processes her payment with. Selar. Now this is Kwame. He is an affiliate marketer and actively promotes Aluna's course using the swift and easy to use affiliate marketing feature on Selar. In fact, he just joined the affiliate network where he has access to thousands of courses he can promote. Why aren't you selling on Selar? Everyone is selling on Selar, but you. Sign up on Selar today.
That was so enlightening. I'm sure we learned so much. I know I did. The next speaker is a renowned human sociologist, life coach, and global speaker who captivates audiences across 4 continents with her humorous and inspiring talks. She is recognized as one of Nigeria's most inspiring women. She empowers entrepreneurs to turn their stories into profit. Through her various platforms and initiatives, she amplifies women's voices and challenges societal labels. Her impactful work has garnered international recognition, and she continues to make a worldwide difference. Join me as we welcome the most inspiring woman I've ever met, Dr. Naomi Osemedua. That was so enlightening. I'm sure we learned so much. I know I
Good morning and welcome to the Digital Creator Summit 2023. My name is Dr. Naomi Osemedua, and I am particularly excited about this year's theme, Going Global with Your Message, because anything that has to do with global, I take it a little personally. I remember when I started my journey in 2015 as a stay-at-home mom, trying to figure out what to do after having a baby, with a 12-year break in between my second and third child. I was fascinated about the platform called Periscope. And I remember the moment I found people who came from all over the world with just a click of a button, connect with me, I started saying, why be local when you can be global? So let me assure you that you are in the right place today. And without wasting any time, let's get straight into it. So my topic is how to build a digital community and movement in the creator economy. I really want to say, first of all, welcome, and where in the world are you? Please let me know in the comments. I am joining you live from the beautiful city of Abuja, Nigeria. So let me know where you are in the comments. It's exciting to have you here today. And of course, I must say thank you. I am so grateful to the entire team at Selar. I mean, they're my family members. They are my brethren, and I am thankful. Always a pleasure, to serve with the team at Selar. And of course, a great well done to all the phenomenal speakers. I'm looking forward to every session in this summit because there is so much to learn. Thank you so much. And thank you to you too for joining us, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. I am so excited that you are here. So I love to start with a quote. Well, actually 2 quotes. And the first one says, in the creator economy, transparency is the cornerstone of building a digital community. It fosters truth, it nurtures relationships, and it cultivates loyalty. Now, I don't know the author, but we'll take the second one. Building a digital community is not a destination. So this is not a one-hit wonder kind of move. This is not a, just show up with a bang and disappear. It is a journey. And I want you to put that in the comments. It is a journey. And I need for you to embrace the process. I need for you to understand the importance of learning from your audience, learning from your community, and of course, evolving with their needs. As we go on, I will share a lot of my personal stories, how I started, and how I grew to where I am today. And of course, I am still growing, and that's just a beautiful thing about life. So why are we here? We're gathered, dearly beloved, to explore the boundless possibilities of the creator economy. Let me just let you know now, in case nobody told you, you were created to create. And I want you to put that in the chat box. I am created to create on YouTube, on Google, wherever you're watching this. I want you to put it in the chat. I am created to create. Yes, even if you're an existing digital creator or someone invited you or you just stumbled on this, I need you to know that you are created to create. And to be honest, with the onslaught of technological innovation, everywhere you turn, there's something new happening in the tech world. and of course, digital transformation, we find ourselves in a dynamic ecosystem. It's truly dynamic. And if you're not tapping into it, then of course you are in the right place. As a matter of fact, this is a great time to say thank you to the team at Selar. Everybody, I want you to put that in the chat. Thank you, Selar. Thank you, Selar, for doing this. Thank you for the speakers. Thank you for thinking of us and organizing the summit. Yeah? Okay. Go. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. I want Selar to know that you are truly excited and grateful for this opportunity. All right? So we find ourselves in a dynamic ecosystem that offers three powerful elements that we will find all through our time together. The first is unprecedented opportunities for expression. It's a no holds bar. And that's why if you understand who you are and what you carry and your ability to create, you will not be threatened with everything that you see on the streets of the internet. We will also see the power of connection and, of course, the beauty of entrepreneurship. So how did it begin for me? Let's go back to October 11th, 2015. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had been planning events for quite a long time. And I remember, finding out I was pregnant. And the last time I had a baby was, 12 years earlier. And I knew my body was just not the same. I had my second son in my 20s, and I was having my third child in my almost late 40s. And so I paused. But being the restless person that I am, being the one who wants to do stuff, I was looking for options, and I found an opportunity of building a home-based business. Interesting enough, 8 years later, I'm actually back, in that industry. I mean, talk about, what goes around comes around. Well, in the process of building that home-based business, one of the mentors that I was following and learning from in the UK talked about a platform called Periscope, and she was looking into exploring it, to promote her business and to build her team. I was fascinated. I was intrigued. I wasn't really a social media person, so it wasn't like I I understood these things. But I was willing to learn. And I am so grateful that on October 11th, 2015, I took the first step. I went live. It was scary, no doubt about it, as with everything that you will do, that you've not, a road you've not gone on before. It will scare the hell out of you. It was scary for me, but I look back 8 years later, and I am so grateful of that. I'm so grateful for that opportunity, and I'm grateful for all the things that have come my way. I went from being a stay-at-home mom trying to figure out this whole thing about Periscope. I remember when I started saying, why be local when you can be global? And the world came. The world actually came. Today, I'm a two-time TEDx speaker. I've had the privilege of speaking across stages in 4 continents. I have been listed on 100 most inspiring women in Nigeria. In 2022, I was listed on the 100 most impactful women. And I look at my journey and I am in awe that I have experienced all of these beautiful things. And of course, at the height of this is the impact I get to make as a digital creator. I can't put a price tag to it. I can't put a price tag to the messages I constantly receive, even from old clients who are still winning just because they dared to show up and create. And so I said yes, and I never looked back. And if you are a new creator, let today be the day that you say yes. Let me get to the bottom of this whole thing about, creating and leveraging digital platforms. I'm truly grateful that I said yes, and I'm hoping that you will say yes. And even for an existing creator, this can be the day that you say, you know what, I'm ready to take this game to the next level. So let's do a bit of an overview. Albert Einstein once said, creativity is intelligence having fun. I like this because I like to have fun. I really do. I feel, when things are done in a fun way, it just makes it easy. It makes it easy for me. I cannot even lie, right? But truth be told, the creator economy, it's a realm where creativity meets commerce, where passion meets purpose, and where ideas have the power to transcend barriers. Oh, I have to take that again. The creator economy is a realm. So it's a realm, it's an atmosphere where creativity meets commerce, where passion meets purpose, and where ideas have the power to transcend barriers. I look back at how, with the touch of a button, I went live and literally I had the world connect with me. Talk about transcending barriers. I remember a lot of times in my live sessions on Periscope, when I would ask people the question I asked you, where in the world are you? There were lots of people who called countries that I'd never heard of. I would be like, where is that? Like, is this a place in this world? And they would explain further. And I just, it never ceased to amaze me. So there's so much that you have the ability to do as a creator. And some key elements of building a digital community. First things first, authenticity, being true to yourself and your audience. This is not the era, and I've never been a fan of, fake it till you make it, or, trying to be someone else because you feel that's what people are looking for. I love this quote by Oscar Wilde. It says, be yourself, everyone else is already taken. Another key element of building a digital community is engagement with have a tribe. You don't have a community. It is your people that make up your community as a digital creator. And so we're going to look closely at the power of engagement and, of course, value, providing valuable content and experience. So let's dive deeper into authenticity, because I truly believe that authenticity lies at the heart of building a strong digital community. Your audience wants to connect with real people who genuinely care about their interests and needs. You have to understand this. When people are searching, when people are scrolling on the internet streets, everyone is looking for what's in it for me. Someone called it WIIFM, WIIFM, what's in it for me? And never forget that. And so when you show up as your good self, when you show up as your best self, it makes it with you because you are being real. Authenticity and transparency are the pillars of trust. And people will not just do business with you when they know you, like you, and trust you. Your community will thrive when they know you, like you, and trust you. Another key thing I want us to look at is collaboration. Collaboration is often overlooked because people fear for, others stealing their ideas, or people just having that feeling of, I want to do this by myself. But this is something I'm exploring even now more powerfully, because it's such a powerful strategy for you to expand your reach and for you to build a strong or stronger community if you already have one. And so it's important that you begin to look for opportunities to collaborate with other creators whose values align with yours or who share a similar target audience. Again, so this is just an overview. We'll go deeper as we proceed. Providing your community with exclusive content, behind the scenes glimpses, or early access to your work. I do this a lot, and I believe it's one of the ways I grew my community. I took them on that journey. And wait, I need to be sure. Okay. For a minute, I was wondering. So yeah, this is an overview. So I'm running through some of the things that I will go deeper in. So yeah. I remember when I started my journey, and I literally was telling my stories and people were growing with me. In the beginning, it was just me trying to explore the whole live streaming thing. And I remember on my 6th-month anniversary on Periscope, my channel trended, and I became the first African woman to trend on the platform of Periscope. And people started calling me the African Queen of live streaming. I promise you, this was not a plan at the beginning to be, there was no plan that this was going to be a business. I did not know that I was going to speak on TEDx, not once, but twice. I did not know all of these awards and all of these opportunities was going to come. But one thing was certain, I was taking my audience along on my journey, right? And I was creating exclusive content and experiences that allowed me to bond with them and make them feel like a part of, like, this is our journey. And I remember every time I have a win, I would go online and I would say, this is our win. And it's important that your people feel that they are part of your journey. Really, really important. All right, so let's go into content creation and community building. We're getting deeper now. Content creation plays a pivotal role in building and sustaining a digital community. Here's why. First off, it serves as the foundation for community building by providing a shared interest or topic that brings people together. And that's why it's important, as one who is building, that you understand the 3 Ps. First of all, who is your person? Who are your people? Who are your people? If you're trying to speak to everybody, you are already missing it as a digital creator, because you want to be certain who your people are. Because when you begin to create content, your content pillars must be around their pain points. Because at the end of the day, remember, we FM, what's in it for me? People are looking for answers. People are looking for solutions. And that's why when people tell me there's a lot of people online, there's a lot of people going live, it's saturated. I keep saying, but they're not you. You need to understand that you were created to create and you've got something to offer. But it's also important that you do the work, that you understand who your people are, that you understand their pain points, and you understand the pleasure that you have to offer. And so that's the 3 Ps. Don't forget, put it in the comment, the 3 Ps, your person, their pain point, and the pleasure. Because once you're clear on this, it becomes very easy for you to create the kind of content that, not just appeals to them, but solves problems for them. Your content then becomes a catalyst for connection, for sparking conversations, and of course, fostering a sense of belonging within the community. Yeah. I love this quote. Community is not just about being together physically, but about being connected emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually in the digital realm. So, so powerful. All right, so how do you want to do this, right? So we're clear now, you're creating content, you want to build your community. Content is pivotal for this to happen, where we've gone through the fact that you need to be clear on who your person is, their pain points, and the pleasure. So what you want to do, you want to provide value and inspiration. Look, the world is dark. Let's just put it as it is. There's a lot going on out there. And to be honest, when people are online, they could do with some value, and you better believe they could do with some inspiration. People just need to know that there is still hope for me. And as a digital creator, you cannot downplay this. You cannot rule this out and just be so focused on, where's the money at? Where's the money out? How do we cash out? Where are the coins? I've heard that, as a digital creator, we can cash out. So how do we cash out? You have to be focused first on value and really giving people hope. So inspiration is not just, the fake it till you make it. It's letting people know, look, I'm on a journey here too. And you too can be on that journey. I think for me, as a business owner, as a digital creator, that's one of the things I get to hear often. And it's become a part of my life purpose statement. My life purpose statement is living in faith, right? And adventure and revealing possibilities. I do this all the time. When I show up, I'm intentional about revealing possibilities, right? So you must provide value and inspiration. You must be intentional about creating high quality, valuable content to keep your community engaged and invested, because there are many options. You know that. There are a lot more people that they can connect with. And so you have to be intentional about creating valuable content. You must also deliver content that educates, entertains, or inspires as you cultivate loyalty and trust. When community members find value in your content, they're more likely to actively participate, share it with others. I mean, we all like that. Hit the share button, tap the screen and share. Well, it better be good. for us to hit the share button. Don't you agree? And of course, it makes them become advocates for your brand or community. So let's look quickly at challenges in building a digital community. All right. So it could be hard at the beginning to build your audience. One of the initial challenges is attracting an audience to your content and community. How do you overcome this? First, focus on targeted promotion and distribution. You can't just be scattered. You've got to be intentional. Who is my person? What are their pain points? How do I serve them? Be intentional about your content pillars. You can't just be, Q Sarah, whatever will be. That cannot be you. Okay. You also have to be intentional about utilizing social media platforms. They're there for you. Does it mean you have to be everywhere? Absolutely not. But once you're clear on who your person is, then you want to find out where they're hanging out. So for instance, if the corporate community is your key target, your key focus, you cannot avoid being on LinkedIn. That's where that should be your primary hangout. Plus any other platform you feel you want to add to the mix, right? Collaboration, again, is showing up. It's important that you start collaborating with other creators. And even within a summit like this, you can look in the chat and begin to see, who is talking and who is speaking my language, and look for ways that you network so that you can engage and begin to build these relationships for collaboration in the future. All right. Engaging also in relevant online communities, online events like this, and optimizing your content for search engines. These are some of the ways you can build an initial audience. Consistency. Oh, if you forget everything, please don't forget this. Consistency. Don't be a one-hit wonder. Don't show up today and the next time we're looking for you, it's 3 years later. Consistency in delivering high quality content and leveraging your existence is so key in building your initial audience. And even if you already have an existing audience, I can assure you these are tips that can make your community even grow bigger. All right. So what about sustaining engagement? Keeping your audience consistently engaged can be challenging. I know the algorithm, that's a much hated word, the A word, the algorithm. And you're like, people are not seeing my posts, people are not engaging. So let's see what we can control, right? And of course, there are great ways that you can hack the algorithm, but that's not the focus. Let's see what you can control, and we will worry about the algorithm later. So first off, you can create a content calendar and stick to a regular posting schedule. I'm keeping it really, really simple, right? Of course, you can also offer diverse and valuable content formats to cater to different preferences. All right, so give it to us. Give us infographics, give us reels, give us carousels. I mean, give us live. There are options. There are options. All right. Of course, this is important. Encourage active participation. Every time I go live, I'm quick to let people know, look, we're doing this together. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking with you. We are together. You must encourage active participation through calls to actions. You can also have, your audience take polls and questions, do surveys, find out what they need, find out what they're struggling with, right? And of course, it's important that you engage with your audience by responding to comments and messages promptly. It's funny how people say, I post and nobody is, the engagement is low. And you go and you see a pattern where, just 5 comments and you're not even able to acknowledge those 5 comments. It really doesn't work that way. When people see that you are actively participating with their engagement, they're more likely to, stick around and actually go bring others. Of course, my favorite, consider hosting live sessions or virtual events to foster real-time interaction and strengthen engagement. We're looking at some of the challenges as a digital creator in growing your community and how to overcome it. Managing your community community dynamics. Now, as your community grows, this could become an issue. And so you want to be prepared to address conflict. You want to be prepared to manage differing opinions. As your community is diverse, so will opinions be. You also want to ensure that you have a positive and respectful environment. It's also important for you to establish clear community guidelines and moderation policies. And this is when you, for instance, maybe take your community outside of a platform like Instagram. Maybe you have a Facebook group and you're building a community. I mean, that's one of the reasons a lot of people use Facebook, because you can create a Facebook group. But even now with Instagram, you can have those exclusive communities in the DM, and that's so powerful. But you have to be intentional about creating guidelines and how people participate, right? So even if it means locking the room and allowing for participation at specific times, so it doesn't become like a nuisance, you have to balance this, and you have to be intentional about it. Also, encouraging constructive discussions and discouraging toxic behavior. Honestly, you don't want to keep anything toxic around you, because this can drain and suck the life out of your community. Once it's toxic, it's got to go. You got to put that in the comment. Once it's toxic, it's got to go. Like, it's got to go. All right. Encourage community members to report any issues and promptly address them to maintain a healthy and inclusive community. If there's a constant complaint about someone's behavior, you really want to look into it. So everyone is sure that you're creating a safe space for them. Very, very important. And again, you can take this to WhatsApp communities. You can take this to Telegram communities, because we have the ability to build everywhere. If you even have an email list, but you get the point, right? And let me know if you're getting value from this. How about balancing privacy and transparency? Now, this is important, because I remember when I started, I was ready to be out there, put everything out there, and I was. But I thank God for my husband, because he's a bit more reserved than I am. And in the early days, he cautioned me, about just balancing this. And it's important, right? Because creators often face the challenge of finding the right balance between privacy and transparency. Like, you're like, Naomi, you told us to carry people along, but then what happens? Are you saying that I have to put everything out there? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So while authenticity is crucial, I believe personal boundaries should also be respected. Establish clear boundaries regarding the information you share. So one of my rules at that point, when my husband called me out on this, was not posting my children. I rarely ever do it. I mean, it's hard to say, my kids, because I don't put them out on social media. That means I don't celebrate birthdays. Sometimes I don't post anniversaries. I think I really started posting my husband when he became a chef, and he had a pretty much active Instagram handle at this point. And of course, he was cooking a lot of yummy food for me, and I needed to, tag him. But a lot of people didn't even know. I remember once I traveled to India, I came back and someone came into my DM and she was like, "What? You're married?" Because I was thanking my husband for holding forth while I was away. And she was like, "What? You're married? What? You have children?" I was like, "Yeah, I have 4. My first son is 21 as of today." Yeah. So it's important that you find your sweet spot, right? If you're all about putting your kids on social media, you've got to be careful. I remember once meeting someone who said she used to do it. My eye doctor. And she said she got so scared one day. She was in a public place. Guys, listen to this. She was in a public place. And for some reason, she couldn't find her kids. Maybe they had gone, I think it was a mall, and maybe they had gotten into another shop or something. They were somewhere around, but she couldn't find them. And a total stranger, listen to this, guys, a total stranger was like, "Oh, are you looking for this, that?" Like, literally called her children's name. She said she froze. And the lady, she asked her, like, "Do I know you?" And she said, "Oh, I follow you on Facebook." Can you believe it? I follow you on Facebook. And she knew all her children's names. Clearly, she knew what they looked like. And so it could have been possible. God forbid, if this was a bad person, even meeting those kids and saying, "Oh, Chiamaka, oh, Paul, mommy said I should bring you." God forbid. You've got to be careful. All right. So establish clear boundaries regarding the information you share. Be transparent about, also why certain information may not be disclosed. And I've done that with my community, and they've come to appreciate it. Look, you're here for me, so let's stay with me. I don't have to show you my children. I don't have to show you my house. I don't have to show you their school. I see people put all of this out there. They take pictures of their kids with their school uniforms, with their badges, literally showing, the specific schools they are. It's not okay. Look, there are lots of twisted people out there, so you want to be careful. Again, communicate openly with your community about your decision-making processes. Involve them in shaping the community's direction, but also know that you have the right, to keep private things private. Again, this is my personal journey. If you feel like, hey, I don't believe in all of that stuff, I want to put my stuff out there, I want to put everything out there, I want people to see my kids, that's fine. But it's interesting how one of the really big digital creators that I follow, Jenna Kutcher, who, I mean, she's phenomenal. And over the years, we've seen her have her babies, we've seen them grow up. Recently, she did a post saying, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm telling you, she has over 1 million followers. She's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And she shared, some of the concerns I just shared with you. And for her, it was just allowing her children grow privately. I don't need pressure for my children. Just because you know me and you know them, and then someone decides to put pressure on them and maybe starts comparing them later in life with, oh, your mother was this, your mother was that. Hell no. And so she stopped. So you really want to consider drawing those boundary lines. And this is specifically, for mothers. And I know that feeling. We want to show off our amazing babies. Just caution, use wisdom. Okay. All right. So in summary, I need for you to be adaptable in building your community. When challenges arise, be patient and be willing to learn from their feedback. Also, continuously evaluate and refine your strategies, keeping the needs and preferences of your community at the forefront. You've got to be a leader who listens to his or her people. All right, let's run through this: how to leverage social media platforms and other online tools to build and grow your digital community. I'm going to run through this very quickly. First, maintain an active presence. I've said this, don't be a one-hit wonder. Show up and show up well. Regularly share valuable content, engage with your audience, respond to comments and messages promptly. So this is like a recap. Again, you can use scheduling tools, right? In case you're like, do I have to be there all the time? No, be smart. Work smart, right? Use scheduling tools to plan, automate content distribution, ensuring a consistent presence even when you're busy, right? These days, you can hire a virtual assistant to actually also support your work. Collaborate with other creators. This is really good in your niche or in complementary industries. Guest appearances, joint projects, cross-promotion. All of this can expose your content to new audiences and foster mutual growth. And there are two amazing digital creators I saw, do this many years ago, and they're still collaborating and supporting each other. And that's the person of Trisha Biz and Ninja Branche. Amazing women. I've seen them, do so much together. And as a matter of fact, in the early days, you had to know both of them. And it was just really beautiful what they've created. And I still see them supporting each other. So it's important that you look for ways that you can collaborate, right? So leverage the reach and influence of fellow creators to expand your community and establish connections with their followers. Hashtags, this is important. I'm not an expert on it, but I can tell you this. You can utilize hashtags and trending topics strategically to increase your visibility and reach on social media. You can research popular hashtags related to your content, and you can include them in your posts. You can engage with trending topics by sharing your perspective or offering unique insights. This, in turn, can help you attract new followers and expose your content to a broader audience. Live streaming. Once you go live, you can never go back. This is my zone, and I love it, right? Because I feel it's one of the fastest ways for you to establish not just your credibility as a digital creator, but it's one of the fastest ways for you to establish the know, like, and trust factor. If you're not leveraging live streaming, my goodness, you need to be in my DM like yesterday, right? So utilize this to connect with your community in real time. And I must stress this, this is the difference between posting a video and going live. It's real time. People get to interact with you in that moment. So you can host live Q&A sessions, behind the scenes, tutorials, discussions, encourage audience participation through chat, polls, interactive elements, especially on Zoom, sometimes even on Facebook Live. You have all of these things happening. Even on Instagram, having them tap the screen, that's an interactive element. Having them give you the hearts or the thumbs up, that's an interactive element. Don't miss it, right? This direct interaction strengthens relationships and fosters a sense of community. I remember in the early days on Periscope, I'll be like, give me the hearts, show me the love, you know, tap the screen and give me the hearts. I mean, it was a thing to have a hearts count, I tell you. Email newsletters, community platforms, hosting webinars, and so much more. So let's look at key metrics and indicators for you to focus on. But please, let me do this disclaimer. Metrics alone do not tell the whole story. So while I will show you some of the key metrics and indicators to look at, it doesn't tell you the whole story, but it's also important for you to, you know, pay attention to them. So it's essential to analyze these metrics in conjunction with qualitative feedback from your people. That's why it's important for you to have all of those surveys, polls. Just show up and say, today, community, talk to me, all right? Of course, community dynamics and the overall goals and values of your digital community. You must analyze this, all right? So key indicators to track the growth and engagement of your community, your reach, your engagement, your conversion, all right? So community growth. Monitor the growth of your community by tracking metrics such as the number of followers, subscribers, or members. Yes, you need to know that you're growing. It's like having a baby and then all of a sudden, you know, you're no longer interested. It's time for the baby to crawl. It's not crawling. It's time for the baby to walk. Baby's not walking. It's time for the baby to eat solid food. The baby is not doing that. You will be worried. So it's important for you to monitor the growth of your community, and you can track, you know, your following, your subscribers, your members, or whatever you call them. A steady increase, of course, in your community size indicates that something is working. Your content is working. Engagement efforts are working, and it's resonating with your target audience, okay? You can also pay attention to likes. And I know sometimes again, remember, metrics do not tell the whole story, because I mean, lots of people will say they're silent monitoring spirits. There are people who are following your work. They may not necessarily like, comment, or share, but the truth is, if none of this is happening, it's you know, it's cause for concern, right? If there is no like, if there's no comment, if there's no share, like at all, then there's a problem. Houston, we have a problem. You have to look into that. But again, it doesn't tell the whole story, because there are lots of people who are following your journey and they're getting value and they're not doing any of these three things, okay? But high levels of engagement, of course, indicates that your community finds value in your content and they actively participate in discussions. Reach and impressions, and this is beautiful because a lot of platforms have all of this insight tools that allows you to check your reach and impression. Sometimes you can even see the people, the countries that are engaging with your content. This is important. So you can monitor the reach and impressions of your content to understand its visibility and potential audience exposure. Really, really powerful. Of course, it allows you to analyze the platform's analytics so you can gain insights into how your content is performing and reaching a broader audience. You can see those ones. I mean, if there's a reel that has, for instance, maybe 100,000 views, and there's another piece of content that has just 1,000 views, you want to pay attention to what's giving you 100,000 views. There's probably something there that people like, and you want to maybe create more of that, right? So it's important that you check all of this so that you can pull out all of this insight and then leverage on it, you know, to do better as you grow. Conversion and, okay. This was supposed to be and conversion rates. Okay. Track conversion metrics that indicate how well your community members are taking desired actions, such as signing up for your newsletters, purchasing your products, or attending events. Yes, this is so important. Is it converting? Because it's one thing to have people, but are they converting, right? Conversion rate helps measure the effectiveness of your community in driving desired outcomes. Let's run through this quickly. Monetizing. I know some of you have been like, show me the money, all this digital creation. Where is the money, Naomi? All right, but let me start with this. Maintaining the integrity and value of your community should always be your priority. See, money is a reward for value. If you solve problems as a digital creator, you are guaranteed to have money. But please maintain integrity, maintain value, and choose strategies, monetization strategies that align with your community's interests and needs, and be transparent about your efforts. Very, very important. All right, so let me show some of the ways you can do that. You can offer premium content or subscriptions. This is so important. Right now, you see a lot of people doing this even on Instagram, on YouTube. This is very popular on YouTube, where there's like, okay, my content is free, but there's an insider circle. And so you can create this. You can create this even on Facebook. You can create this on WhatsApp. Yeah. Okay, so this is free, but there's premium content somewhere. There's something extra. There's insider gist somewhere, and people will happily pay for it, especially when you're known to give value, even at a free level. Right? Digital products and merchandise. You can create and sell digital products such as ebooks, online courses. Selar is a platform for you. If you are not on Selar, what are you doing? This is a platform where you can put your, host your ebooks, your courses. You can grow your communities on a platform like Selar. So if you're not on Selar, today is a good day to sign up for Selar. And of course, it is free. You can start with the free plan and later you can upgrade. Also, you can consider selling merchandise. That's a new thing. People like to wear the t-shirts and have the mug and all of this beautiful stuff. And yeah, you can create the products that are related to your niche. Ensure that the products align with your brand and provide value to your community. Value, value, value. Really, really important. Sponsored community events or workshops. I really love this. I mean, I love to host events, and it's important that you consider this as well. You can organize community events, workshops, webinars. They could be sponsored by relevant partners, or you could, run it by yourself at the beginning. I know people who are doing like massive events now, but at the beginning they started by themselves, but now they are pulling in like heavyweight partners, and that's because over the years, they saw them show up and give value, in their own capacity. And now everyone wants to jump in. Everyone wants to be a part of a success story. Don't forget that as a digital creator. So don't be discouraged about, oh, I didn't have sponsors, so I'm not doing this. Try to start small. You will grow. And at the end of the day, you'll end up attracting people who will partner with you. Offer value to your community through educational or interactive sessions while generating revenue through sponsorship arrangements. So people do this, gather the people and then open slots for sponsorship. But ensure, again, that the events align with your community's interests and maintain a high level of integrity. What else are we looking at? Consulting or coaching services. You know something. Leverage that expertise and offer consulting or coaching services to community members who are interested in a more personalized experience. You can provide one-on-one sessions. You can provide group coaching sessions or workshops that cater to specific needs within your niche. In conclusion, it's important that you regularly communicate with your community, gather feedback and adjust as needed. Strive to provide value first. I want you to put that in the comments. Value first and foremost, ensuring that the monetization strategies enhance your community experience rather than detracting from it. Really, really important. Okay, so don't lose sight of your community, even in the process of monetizing. That's the summary of this whole thing. So how do you differentiate yourself? Embrace your authentic self. Develop your unique voice that sets you apart from others. Please stop copying. The highest and best you can be is a copycat. Be an original. I want you to put that in the comments. Put your name and say, Fumi, be an original. David, be an original. Naomi, be an original. Don't forget to share your personal stories. I've shared quite a few on this journey. Time would fail me to share the stories of my clients from around the world, but it's important that you share your journey, your perspective, your expertise in a genuine and relatable manner. Really important. Let your personality shine through your content and interactions. You can already tell that I'm a playful person. I'm really fun, right? I'm going to be 45 in August. I still watch cartoons, not because of my children. I was watching cartoons before I gave birth to them, right? But it's who I am. It's my personality. I'm a fun person, and I allow that, find an expression every time I have to show up. It is what it is, right? So this is me. I understand, who I am, and so if you have not identified what your personality is, you can go take a personality test, right? You can go to 16personalities.com. It's free. Do an assessment. Know who you are. Know what you like. Know what is authentic to you. There's nothing like it when you show up in your most authentic self. Why? Look at the next line. Authenticity helps you connect with your audience on a deeper level and attracts like-minded individuals who resonate with your unique approach. So don't worry that you can't dance on Instagram. Not all of us are dancers, but do you? Put that in a comment. Do you? Well, stop this. I shared this earlier, but I need to say it again. Trying to speak to everyone is you speaking to nobody. So stop generalizing. Find your people, right? Identify your niche, your subtopic, even within a broader field of interest. Rather than trying to cater to everyone, focus on a specific area where you can establish yourself as an expert. Believe me, it will do you a lot of good. All right, but do this also. Consistently create high quality content that provides value to your audience. Set a regular content schedule. We already talked about this, and deliver content that educates, entertains, or inspires your community. Invest in improving your skills. My goodness, stay updated with industry trends. Stop trying to run with old knowledge, okay? Make sure you stay updated with industry trends. Actively engage with your community to foster a sense of belonging and connection. Respond to comments and messages. Please stop ignoring us, okay? Show genuine interest in your community. Create opportunities for interaction and collaboration. Very important. You want to do this even amongst your community members. All right. We've talked about collaborating with other creators, joint projects, guest appearances, but make sure it's beneficial to both parties. If you ever have to approach another creator for collaboration, make sure at the end of the day that there is mutual benefits for both parties involved. Stay curious and committed to learning and evolving in your field. Continuously explore new topics, develop new skills, adapt to changes in the industry, share your learning journey with your community, and involve them in the process. All right, in addressing conflicts, I just want to share 3 things. Establish clear and transparent community guidelines. I talked about this earlier, but I just need to, recap this, right? Encourage open and respectful dialogue within your community. Foster a culture of active listening, empathy, and understanding. I didn't include this in the previous slide, so I thought I would share this again, okay? Future trends, and this is where we're wrapping up. It's important as creators that we stay informed and adapt to emerging trends while staying true to our unique voice and values. So these are some of the things you want to pay attention to. Niche micro communities. There is a rise of this, and it is likely to continue. So creators, you will find it beneficial to focus on specific targeted communities within the broader niche. That includes, so a niche micro community could be like having a book club even within your broader community. So it's niche. This is it. This is what we're doing here in this community. We're reading books. That's just an example. So AR and VR, look, it's growing. It's not going anywhere. Don't be scared. You can leverage these technologies to provide immersive experiences for your community. So take advantage of them. Live streaming. If this was not on the list, what would I have said all day today? Live streaming will continue to play a significant role in digital communities, so make sure you're leveraging it. If you are not going live, if you've never gone live, please send me a DM. I will hook you up. I've got great resources to help you get started and even, take your journey to the next level. AI generated content and automation. AI, artificial intelligence is here. People are scared. Are we going to lose our jobs? What is going to happen? Let me just go straight to the good news. You already know all the bad news out there. Maintaining authenticity and human connection will be crucial as audiences increasingly value genuine interactions and human touch. AI cannot touch like I can touch your heart. So you need to go away with that knowledge. Don't be scared. All right. Don't be scared. And you can leverage these tools for content creation, editing, analytics. But remember this: garbage in, garbage out. If you do not know how to communicate, if you're not knowledgeable in your subject matter, whatever you give AI is what it will give you. So garbage in, garbage out. Ethical and sustainable practices, very, very important. As the creator economy matures, ethical and sustainable practices will gain prominence. So as a creator, you should be mindful of the impact on the environment, your communities, and societal issues, right? Transparent and responsible business practices will help build trust and loyalty within the digital community. Let me just throw in this bonus: the power of celebration. This is a bonus. Celebrate achievements and milestones. This is where I'm drawing the curtain. Recognize and celebrate your community achievements. It is so important. Share member success stories. Organize community appreciation events. Everyone loves to be celebrated. As a digital creator growing your digital community, please, if you forget anything, do not forget there is power in celebrating your people. And so my final thoughts, and I will share this quote: a successful digital community is not built by a single creator, but by the collective engagement and participation of its members. As you embark on your journey as a digital creator, this is for us. And so I was specific about putting us because I'm one. And so I am sounding this alarm for myself. Let us embrace the spirit of innovation, authenticity, and community. Let us continue to leverage the power of technology and the vast digital landscape at our fingertips. It's literally here, and you've got to take advantage of it. Let us cultivate our creativity. Let us tell our stories. Let us forge connections that transcend borders and boundaries, right? Why be local when you can be global? It's time to go global, baby. Together, we will navigate the ever-changing tides of the creator economy, and we will carve out a future where our dreams become our reality. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's connect, okay? I want to be a part of your journey and your world. You can connect with me at Naomi Osemedua on Instagram and at the Mom Closet. And I have to share this. I'm currently, building a lifestyle community for women. So if you're looking forward to creating wealth from your location, leveraging your social capital and smartphone, and also being a part of a lifestyle community, redefining what it means to be rich. See, I'm very clear. The community I'm building, we're redefining what it means to be rich. Then send wealth to my DM at the Mom Closet. All right, I got you. I'm happy to welcome you and share how we're doing this at the New Rich Club. Okay, but if you are not a mom and you're not interested in all of that stuff, you're passionate about Africa and showcasing its many positive stories, then you want to follow my latest social enterprise, Africa Through My Eyes. We launched on May 25th, Africa Day, and our handle is at ATME Global everywhere. Okay, you can take a screenshot, ATME Global. We want to share your story as a digital creator on the African continent. We want to share your story. So make sure you're following and you're connected to us at ATME Global. We're raising an army of storytellers across the African continent. We really are passionate about, challenging the negative stereotypes you see consistently on mainstream media. We want to show the beautiful parts of Africa. So if you're an African digital creator, be sure to follow us at ATME Global. That's it from me. I'm excited that we got to do this together. I will see you on the inside. Thank you so much, Selar. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm happy to take your questions. Thank you for being here.
Hello, 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 hello. Let me know if you love that session by Dr. Naomi Osemedua. So first of all, apologies, she might not be here to like take our questions, right? But if you have any questions, she has said that you can actually send her a DM on Instagram with your questions, and she'll be happy to take your questions. So go to Instagram and search for @Naomi Osemedua. Please, back-end engineers, kindly put it on the screen so that everyone can see. Please go to Instagram and search for @Naomi Osemedua, right? And send your questions to her. Guys, if you loved that session, please give me your best emoji on the chat box. If you love the session, please give me your best emoji on the chat box. Give me your best emoji. I want to see your best emoji. Guys, awesome. Give me your best emoji. Awesome. Tabitha said, that also was hot. Yes, that was hot. I love it as well. That was hot. Awesome. Trisha Wamba said, really informative session. Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. I loved it. I loved it as well. It was awesome. I was taking notes also. Dr. Naomi Osemedua did an amazing job. Okay, we have Amaka Eken say, my brain is blown. Our brains are blown out, guys. Our brains are blown out, guys. I mean, this session was phenomenal. And guess what? We still have more for you. We still have more for you. We still have more for you. Like, the afternoon session and the evening session is going to be phenomenal. Guys, guess what? This afternoon session, we are having the phenomenal M.I. Abaga, the guy, right? We're having M.I. Abaga. And the afternoon session starts by 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Nigerian time, which is also 3 p.m. East African time, right? So just check in with the time zones wherever you are, right? But it's 2 p.m. West African time. Please don't miss the afternoon session. And guys, go on Twitter and tell everyone what's happening here right now, okay? Go on Twitter, go on your Thread app, right? Go on Instagram and tell everyone what's happening. Take a screenshot of your screen, tweet it, and just tell everyone what's happening here. Guys, we've put in so much work into the Creator Summit, right? We've put in so much work into the Creator Summit just for you. This summit is for you. So 2 p.m. today, Nigerian time, we are going live with the second session, okay? Second session, we're having a keynote speech by Yetunde Bankole Bernard, and also a panel session with M.I. Abaga and Laju Irene, right? It's going to be an amazing session, right? We'll be looking into the entertainment economy in Africa, right? We'll be looking into that. And also, guys, guess what, right? M.I. Abaga is on our panel session, and also Pastor Laju has videos and movies on Amazon Prime. She's a movie director, right? So if you're into content creation and you want to go into the movie industry, she'll be here to answer all your questions. So guys, don't miss this for anything, okay? You're going to be receiving emails, communication on all the sessions, right? So when we go live by 2 p.m., you're going to receive email communication. But however, please join our Telegram channel, right? So that you'll be the first to know when we go live. Backend engineers, please add the Telegram channel link to the chat box, okay, so that everyone can see it. Please join the Telegram channel so that you'll be the first to know when we go live. Also, Dr. Naomi Osemedua session, everything is going to be on our YouTube channel. So please follow us on YouTube, okay? Sorry, click the subscribe button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the subscribe button, and also her slides will be sent to you via email, okay? Her slides will be sent to you via email. Guys, thank you so much for your time. This afternoon, we're all coming in live in drones. Everyone, show up this afternoon and have an amazing time. Bye.
This is Uzoma. He's a course creator. He sells ebooks and makes roughly $2,000 monthly from his course sales. Do you know where he hosts his courses, ebooks, and digital products? Selar. He even builds sales pages with Selar Page Builder. Now, this is Aluna. She's a freelance corporate and she has customers in the UK and USA. She even gets paid at least $1,000 for her services and gets the platform she processes her payment with. Selar! Now, this is Kwame. He is an affiliate marketer and actively promotes Aluna's course using the swift and easy to use affiliate marketing feature on Selar. In fact, he just joined the affiliate network where he has access to thousands of courses he can promote. Why aren't you selling on Selar? Everyone is selling on Selar, but you. Sign up on Selar today.